Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're going to talk about one of the most useful tenses in English, the one that perfectly connects the past with what's happening right now. Stick with me and in just a few minutes you'll get the hang of it, for sure. Let's dive in.
So let's kick things off with a little puzzle. Think about it. How would you describe something you started doing yesterday and you're still doing it today? Or maybe your friend started waiting for the bus 10 minutes ago and they're still standing there. How do you say that in just one sentence?
Well, the answer to that question is a specific grammar tool. It's a tense that acts like a perfect bridge connecting what was happening before with what's happening this very moment.
And here it is, the present perfect continuous. Now, if you remember just one thing about this tense, let it be this word, duration. I mean, its real job, its superpower, is all about emphasizing how long something has been going on.
Okay, so how do we actually build a sentence with this tense? And don't worry, forget all those complicated grammar rules. Just think of it like a simple three-step recipe. Once you've got it down, you're all set.
All right, let's break this recipe down. Step 1 is easy. You just pick your subject, who or what you're talking about. Step 2, you add the magic words. Have been for I, you, we, and they, and has been for he, she, or it. And finally, step 3, you just take your main verb, your action word, and add ing to the end. That's it. Subject plus have been or has been plus that verbing. Simple as that.
Okay, but to really unlock the power of this tense, to really nail that focus on duration, we need two essential tools. They're just little words, but they do a super important job.
And those two words are for and since. And believe me, getting the hang of the difference between these two is the final piece of the puzzle. This is how we get really specific about how long the action's been happening.
And you can see the difference right here. Think of for like a measuring tape. It measures a chunk of time, a duration, like for 2 hours, for 3 days, for a long time. It basically answers the question, how long? But since, that's like putting a pin on a timeline. It marks the exact starting point of the action, like since 8 a.m., since last Monday, since 2020. It's all about the beginning.
Okay, we've got our recipe, we've got our tools, for and since. Now for the fun part. Let's see how this all comes together in some real sentences.
So let's take a look. We have, he has been waiting. Okay, but that feels a little incomplete, right? The big question is, for how long? And the answer, for 20 minutes. See how for measures that whole block of time? That's its job.
Now, what if we want to say the same thing but differently? We can pinpoint when he started. He's still waiting, but this time we say, he has been waiting since 3 p.m. Since marks that exact moment the waiting began.
Let's try another one, just to make sure it sticks. They have been playing tennis. Okay, cool. But for how long? For a few hours. Again, for is measuring the entire duration of the game.
And you guessed it, the partner sentence tells us the start time. When did they start? They have been playing tennis since this morning. It's not the duration, it's the beginning. See the pattern? It's that simple.
Okay, so let's boil this all down. What are the big takeaways? First, this is your go-to tense for anything that started in the past but is still going. Second, its main focus is always on duration, how long. And finally, remember your tools. For measures a period of time, and since marks a point in time. That's the core of it right there.
All right, that's the whole shebang. You have the recipe, you have the tools. So I'll leave you with a question. Think about your own life for a second. A skill, a new language, maybe an instrument. So right now, give it a shot. What is something you have been learning for a while?